Hi guys, the knives are definitely out for Arteta. Just watch what's going on in the media. They're already saying he's a fake Pulis. Have you read that one? He's a fake Moyes. He's out by the summer unless they win something, and the fans are getting upset with him. Well, actually, no doubt on the, you come to the stadium, I'm listening, and not just because the other night, even before that, I'm listening to fans saying, if he hasn't won us something by the end of this season, he's got to be out. I'm getting fed up with him. And there is a little bit gradually, some of the fans at Arsenal getting upset. My honest opinion about him is from the old Wenger days, and if you were there at the last sort of 3, 4, 5 seasons with Wenger, it was depressive. The football was awful. Wenger wasn't listening to anybody. He was arrogant. The fans were so fed up and down with it all. I mean, I tell you, it was just awful being there, watching Wenger just taking the club down and down. Every season it got worse and worse and worse. And so Arteta's done a Southgate. He's taken that team, he's bonded them back together, he's got rid of some of the people that were causing problems, and he's got the fans back on track, and we've improved every season. But it comes to a time, just with Southgate, that it levels off. And I love Arteta, and I love him for what he's done so far with the club. But I'm waiting to see where he levels off. And I still want to give him one more season. So let's start there. But now let's look at not just the track record, because he is improving season by season by season. But regretfully, this season, Liverpool have improved more. Case for Arsenal, you can't help that. But then he makes, errors in judgment. He makes errors in judgment. He makes substitutions which are poor. I'm just looking at both sides of the story, and sometimes, his team choices are awful. They just are. And I understand you have to rest players, but sometimes you just got to go for the win and make sure you get the points in the bag. Okay, simple. And then look at some of the players he's bought. I mean, why haven't we, once we got rid of Aubameyang, why didn't we get a centre forward? Why didn't we look for a centre forward? But he hasn't really gone bang and looked for a centre forward. You can't say we need a centre forward now. Ian Wright saying the board have got to sort of now back him. Righty, a hero. But let's look at the facts. He's had 3, 4 seasons to try and find a centre forward, and he's not. So let's say the board need to back him. Pepe, 70-something million. Marino looks like an absolute waste. 65 million for Havertz. Sterling, why bother even bringing him to the club? We're not playing him, and he's just not up to it. He's not good enough. He's past it. We've got Curie. He's just not up to it. And on loan, we've got players like Lokonga, Vieira. Why did he carry on playing Vieira? He was never going to be good enough, the guy. Tavares, Marquinhos, all out on loan. Get rid of them. Don't persevere. Sell them. We don't need them. Get some money in. They're never going to be good enough. Marquinhos is the only one I'm not sure about, to be quite honest. But Tavares, Vieira, Lokonga, get rid of him. Jorginho, he's going to be gone. Tierney, love him to bits, but he's got to go. Kiawar, let him go, for God's sake. Sterling, Havertz, Mourinho. Oh, my God, the ghost, the phantom. He doesn't do anything. Now, come on. If I can see that, other fans definitely are seeing that in the stadium, I'm telling you. And that's where they're going to get upset with him. Okay? And now we're looking, apparently, at Douglas Luiz again. Do we really want him? He wasn't good enough for Aston Villa. He wasn't. They wouldn't have let him go if he was that good. He's not that great. A player's good, but he's not good enough. And he's another defensive midfield player. Why are we looking at him? Apparently we're looking at defenders again. Don't want defenders, don't need defenders, don't need defensive midfield players. What we need, Arteta, and we have done for 3, 4 years, is a centre forward and somebody to support Odegaard, who is great but can't do it by himself in that middle. Wayne Rooney may have been the answer, but he's young, he's 18, and frankly speaking, now he's injured. It shows. So that's why we're getting a bit frustrated with Arteta. He's got this summer's transfer, January, but to do something. And frankly speaking, by next January, unless Arsenal really aren't progressing properly and they're really with an opportunity of winning a trophy, then he's got to go. But I give him another season. Who should we get in? He's not a fake Pulis and he's not a fake Moyes. Forget it. He's got more than that. But if we're looking at Cunha of Wolves, is he really? Well, anybody's good enough at centre forward at the moment. But is he good enough? I'll take anybody. But, you know, what's his name? Juventus. He's 24, 25, Volovic. I'm not sure he's good enough, but I'd go and get the guy. Just go and get somebody. If you're going to spend 65 on Havertz, take the opportunity and spend, you know, 50, 60 million on a real centre forward like Volovic, okay? And Cunha, maybe. Dansgaard, Brentford, apparently. No way. I'm not saying he's not a decent player, but he's not a centre forward. Nico Williams is not a centre forward. Great player. Not a centre forward. Mamouche, we were looking at him. What's happened now? It looks like Man United are favourites. We should go in and just grab these guys, you know, not just keep looking and looking and looking, because if you do, you know, you lose them in the end. Somebody else will come in and nick them. You know, that's what all the Man United supporters are going on now about this young guy at Spurs. He was there on their books or whatever, and they just let him go. Forget it. Isaac, we're never going to get. We're not going to spend another 110, 120 million. We haven't got that money really, and if you do, Newcastle now going. We should have got him when he was only sort of 65, 70 million pounds. Again, no, you let it go and you let him go to Newcastle. Too slow on that one. Osimhen, is he good enough? I'm not sure he's good enough, but take the opportunity. If we're going to risk, as I said, 65 million on Havertz, you know, why not spend 65 on Osimhen? Look, here's a thought. What's happened to the Brighton boy, Ferguson? Young. He was supposed to be the answer to everybody a little while ago. A year ago, he was the bump. But now he can't even get into the Brighton side. Why not go and give them 35, 40 million? You know, to be honest, it's nothing compared to 65, 70 million. And he might just be the answer. I don't think he will be, but let's go for it. Martinez, he's only 27. Let's go and get Martinez. He's 27. He'll do much better. At least he's got energy and fight. I'm sorry, something's got to be done at Arsenal. The knives are definitely out for Arteta. And if I can see all the negative points, the media will definitely see the negative points. And they're going to talk to people who are getting fed up with him. And the media are the media. They're just going to be out. The knives are out. So Arteta, you've got to do something, and pretty drastic. It's not going to work for this season, I don't think. We'll see. But, mate, everyone else is looking for a centre forward. You've had 3-4 years. Now you've got to start looking for a centre forward at least. Not keep buying midfield defensive players. Mourinho's another totally waste. Lokonga was a waste. Vieira was a waste. I mean, Tavares wasn't midfield, but what a waste. Jorginho, he's done a good job, but he was not the answer. You know why we got him? Kiwior, jeez. Come on, Arsenal boys. What do you think? You know, don't knock me. Tell me what I'm saying wrong. I want him there for another season. But he's only really got until, you know, next summer. Not yeah, it is the next. This is the summer coming. You know, he's got the end of this season and one more season. And if he hasn't done it, he's got to go. That's my opinion. Football Chat Uncensored, Reno talking. Let's hear the real gunners. Come on.